Dzień dobry. Znacie to uczucie, kiedy już byście chcieli odpalić protokół Wiedźmin 4, żeby wszyscy się cieszyli, mówili, że jest fajna firma, wspominać Wiedźmina 3, 2, 1 i żeby było fajnie ocieplanie wizerunku, ale nie. Podpisałeś umowę na jakąś gówno chińską bajkę i teraz musisz jeszcze robić dodatki do tego syfu, co ci nie wyszedł, Cyberpunk, położył giełdę, wszystko. No i teraz musisz konferencję zrobić. I zamiast sobie odpalić tego spokojnie, to musisz teraz odwalać jakiś szajs. Po co to? Strata czasu, tak? Studenci zamiast robić asety do Wiedźmina muszą szukać, że czemu te samochodziki nie jeżdżą. Tak? Masakra. I wszyscy tam coś... Dramat. Marnujesz zasoby niewolników i tak dalej. I przypomnij sobie o chińskiej bajce. Ale przynajmniej jakąś koszulkę się sprzeda. Zobaczmy. Wchodzi. Może być drugie No Man's Sky. Tak, w innej czasoprzestrzeni, jak będziemy czekać na tej planecie z tego. Z Interstellar. Tak, tę grę zapamiętałem. Super działała. Laski, tak? Na stówę siedział ktoś od zwiastuna i mówił, daj więcej Pam i tej tam drugiej laski, tak? Bo oni...
Hello and welcome to this special episode of Night City Wire, the show from us at cdprojektred, where we talk all things Cyberpunk 2077. This is the month of Edge Runners, and today is packed with content. We got trailers, interviews, and some Night City Wire exclusives coming your way. We'll start with checking in with one of the creators of the show, Bartosz Tybor, to see if I can get any more secrets about the show before it releases on Netflix September 13th. Then, we'll dive deeper into the next game content release for Cyberpunk 2077, which we're calling, you guessed it, the Edge Runners Update. And it goes live later today. And finally, we're catching up with game director Gabe Amatangelo to discuss the past, present, and future of Cyberpunk 2077. There's plenty of surprises in store for this segment, so make sure to stick around until the end. Let's kick the show off with an Edge Runners trailer from famed anime creators Studio Trigger. Enjoy the mayhem.
Jak lubicie chińskie bajki, to chyba jest spoko. Tego nie robił CDEP, tak? Chyba, że ktoś nie lubi chińskich bajek.
That is one
Teraz.
awesome trailer, and what's even more awesome is actually watching anime in Japanese. And
tak.
I still remember watching things like Ghost in the Shell and Dragon Ball, which is one of my favorite animes as a kid. And yeah, I would watch it in Japanese. But for those that want to watch it in different languages, what can we expect in terms of the VOs for?
Bardzo ładne potato tam to grafika.
We have Japanese, we have English, Polish, German, French, 12 voiceovers, and a lot more subtitles. So we are ready to take the world.
I love when everything is fully localized, so everybody around the world can enjoy it. So kudos for
Jest
that.
ruski?
Okay. Speaking of Edge Runners, let's set the scene. So for those hearing about Edge Runners for the first time, what is Cyberpunk Edge Runners and who actually is an Edge Runner?
Okay, so Edge Runner is a person that is a mercenary, a rebel, fights the law, fights the system, likes cool jackets, nice bikes, expensive cyberware. And Cyberpunk Edge Runners is a story about David Martinez, a teenager boy who dreams about being an edge runner. Unfortunately, one day he loses everything, but he gets one thing in return. This thing is a very powerful and dangerous cyberware who can change his life forever. And now the question is, will David take it and fulfill his dream or not?
Fajnie jakby to było w grze, nie? Na
Is the
przykład.
story in Cyberpunk Edge Runners canon? So for those who have played the game, should you play the game, watch the anime, or watch the anime and play the game? Like
Bez
what's the
bugów
way
to
to
nie
go
jest
here? Or
kanon.
can you experience
Obrazu.
both without having one and the other?
You can do both at the same time.
Perfect.
But it is canon. It's 100% canon. So if you play the game, you will feel like home while watching Cyberpunk Edge Runners. It's the same city, same streets, same cars, same guns. You will also meet the same characters, you know, from the game. I won't spoil anything, but I think if you're a fan, you'll be totally excited.
I am for sure because I watched already 10 episodes and there were some
Pracujesz
characters
dla
which I was
CDF-u,
very
to
happy
musisz
to
być
see,
excited.
and I did not expect them, so that was really cool.
But
Idea takiego wywiadu jest taka, że bierzesz kogoś jakiegoś randoma z ulicy i mówisz, że jestem excited. Wiadomo, że pracownik jest excited, bo pewnie Iwiński patrzy. Boże, nie wytrzymam tego.
I think it's amazing. Like you will fall in love with characters, with the city, and with David. And I think that after you experience what David is doing in the anime, you will try to recreate it in the game.
Wert mówi, że banują komentarze. Nie wierzę w to. CDP nigdy by czegoś takiego nie zrobił.
What do you think about this marriage? So does this work in your opinion?
You know, when I'm thinking about Cyberpunk, I see few things. I see Neuromancer,
banują
a book by
komentarze.
William Gibson, Blade Runner, a book and a movie. And
Tutaj
two
na razie
great
ocieplamy
animes,
wizerunek.
Maciej
Cieszymy się.
and
Jest fajne anime.
So
Tamtego nie
if you are
widzieliście.
doing a TV series that is not live action, for me personally, it has to be anime format. I think it's just the perfect fit.
Tak, anime lepsze
You
po prostu.
mentioned Akira and Ghost in the Shell. How can we compare these two cult classics to Cyberpunk Edge Runners?
They are different. Cyberpunk has much more palm trees, but the main difference for me personally is the city. Night City is always the main protagonist or antagonist.
A czym się różni od Wiedźmina?
So
Też jest inne
it's
miasto.
never about
Zamiast
one
mieczy
linear
bijemy
story
teraz
about
pistoletami
one character. It's
i
always about a
ludziki
bunch of very,
nie jeżdżą na kucykach.
compelling, unique
Boże, co za pytania.
people that have problems, love interests and dreams. So that's the main difference. We are not telling a story, we are telling stories.
Yeah, that's also really cool because,
Cool.
like you mentioned, the characters, they are very relatable. And when you get to meet them, you are rooting for them. You already are picking favorites and characters that you kind of can associate yourself with, which
Tak,
was something that
nastolatkiem
I did,
się
like,
associate.
subconsciously just by watching.
So who's your favorite?
Actually, Rebecca is my
Rebeka,
favorite.
12-letnia dziewczynka z Japonii. Tak?
She
To
has
jest,
a couple,
to jest,
like, you know,
czuję się jakbym był nią. To jest głos mojego pokolenia. Rebeka, 12-latka.
We saw in the
Boże,
trailer
zwariuję
that
zaraz.
the anime is made in collaboration with Studio Trigger. For those that don't know Studio Trigger, I know, but some maybe don't. What are they known for?
Okay, so first of all, Studio Trigger, huge love. They are legends. They created one of the best animes in the world. Darling in the Franxx, Kill la Kill, A Little Witch Academia. And before creating Studio Trigger, they also worked on a cult classic called Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Nice.
Nice. To jest to nice z
I
memów.
still go back from time to time.
Nice.
To watch it because it's, like you
Z
said,
tego,
it's-
z South Parka, dokładnie.
So what was Studio Trigger's involvement on Cyberpunk Edge Runners? What were they responsible for?
We created a story and then gave
Tak,
all
noise.
the scripts to Studio Trigger and they adapted it into anime format. Because the idea was we wanted to create a very cdprojektred story.
Nie.
So grounded, gritty, and especially character driven. But what we wanted to have was unique visuals. And you saw the trailer,
Yeah.
right? Studio Trigger are the most stylish people in the anime business. Their storytelling is over the top, and the camera movement is like a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
So our story, their visuals.
Mamy roller coaster już, jakby co,
Perfect.
bingo jest.
Yeah, and the animation style is also like very over the top. When you see all the action scenes, they're so
Over the
fine-tuned
top
and
to nie
so,
znaczy po
like,
angielsku
you know,
przegięte?
dynamic that it, you
To, że
know,
to jest-
breathes a little bit more
To jest
life to the whole
pejoratywne
thing, which I
określenie, że
personally
się mówi, że
really,
sceny
really
są
enjoy.
over the top,
So
czyli
we
takie
touched a
naciągano,
little bit upon
przegięte.
the story, so without spoiling anything, what can we expect
Mamy
in
kogoś
terms
z
of the
angielskiego?
story And David's kind of route in Night City. What can we expect here?
Okay, so David will be fighting
A, nie
dinosaurs
pejoratywnie się
on
mówi, zależy od
Mars
kontekstu. Dziękuję,
and
kamerzysta.
stuff
Dobra,
like-
okej,
no,
okej,
no,
niekoniecznie.
But it's imagine it's 10 episodes
Yeah.
of mercenaries' life in Night City. That's a lot. So David will be experiencing a lot of things. He will meet crazy edge runners. He will fight gangsters, and we have 8 gangs in Night City. He will meet cybercycles, but also there will be a car chase scene,
Cybercycles,
a
czyli
motor
cyberrowery,
chase
czy
scene,
cyberpsychos, czyli
even a car chase scene with an ambulance. We will have 1 kiss or maybe 2, including one on the moon. So
Okay.
maybe David will fall in love, but I won't
Jezu.
spoil anything more.
Anime będzie spoko, ale oni potrafią tak,
I'm already
tak
sold.
zniechęcić.
I watched it. I will rewatch it again once it airs on Netflix for sure. Bartek, thank you for the interview. It's always amazing to talk to you. And yeah, always a pleasure.
Może potrafią...
That's all about the anime for now.
Oh.
We're looking forward to binging the series once again as soon as it airs on Netflix. Up next, we're going to talk about the upcoming game update for Cyberpunk
Ty nie jest tak źle, szybki pokaz.
In a moment, we'll
Plusy.
join game director Gabe Amatangelo to learn more. But before we do that, check out the Edge Runners update trailer.
Tylko jeszcze trailer zaktualizowany. A? To jest ten z tym... z Odą do
Your
radości.
beauty sleep? Time you got up.
A nie, Edge Runner, a to jest ten trailer, Boże, Jezu, dobra, są ludziki z anime tutaj. O Boże.
And then see, ain't a city that lets you get by without buddies.
Czego oczekujemy? Po prostu nowego DLC z zawartością z serialu, tak? Nowych misji, postaci i tak dalej. Co dostaniemy? Uwaga, zobaczmy. Czekajmy.
Balance, friendship, love. The hell else are we supposed to fight for?
No, ale napięcie rośnie. Jest, nowa klasa może jest, nie? To by brzmiało, o, to by było super. Dostajesz nową klasę postaci, w której możesz przejść grę. To by było ok. Zobaczmy, Edge Runners Update, napięcie rośnie. Zaraz przyjdzie... Suchary oczywiście, ha. Moment. Ocieplanie wizerunku, już powoli wygrywamy protokół Wiedźmin 4, spokojnie.
Oh crap, sorry, we're on.
Dobra.
I was
Cringe
actually
jednak.
thinking of a non-scripted way in order to tell you about something awesome, which is Road Trace, and you can play it later today on your phone. Yes, on Android or iOS, it's coming. It's free to play and has no microtransactions, and it's freaking awesome, as you probably saw it on your screen. Gabe, did you see this?
I have. I've seen early versions of it too.
It's freaking amazing.
It's very cool, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you play it in the game, in the Cyberpunk game as well.
Yeah, and now you can also play it on your phone. Perfect.
We'll talk about that more later, I guess.
Yeah.
To jest gwint cyberpunkowy.
Yeah, but enough about that.
All right.
We're here to talk about you.
No,
Nie.
we're here to talk about the game.
Suchary.
Yes.
Ale nie ma nic w grze, więc pogadamy o
Yes,
tobie.
if you could,
Tak.
and tell everybody what you're responsible for when it comes to Cyberpunk 2077.
Sure. My name's Gabe Amatangelo. I'm a game director of Cyberpunk 2077, post-launch for the updates and the upcoming expansion.
Upcoming expansion.
Ej,
What?
I did the Stewie turn.
We'll get to that though.
All right.
We'll get to
yes,
that.
we will.
But about that, before we get to all that, let's kind of go back in time. Let's talk about the past and the updates that were happening.
Jest
for
jakie lanie
Cyberpunk
wody.
2077. So what, in your opinion, is kind of the landmark update for the game that you think had the biggest influence?
Ruch uliczny.
There was a lot of stuff going on recently.
Well, I'd say it's a combination of 1.5 and 1.3. Ton of bug fixes.
Ton.
Also, sort of a kind of overhaul and re-architecture for a bunch of fundamental systems to get it working smooth across all platforms, as well as to set the stage for future features and updates and stuff like that.
So you started by 1.5. I want to continue with that. What's your feeling about Cyberpunk 2077 and how the game feels and looks right now after that update?
Co on może powiedzieć?
Good. I think
Tak, zajebista, pewnie.
like I said, we smoothed out a bunch of stuff, and I think Cyberpunk 2077 can be kind of fully experienced as intended. For the world, the characters, enjoying the story, that kind of stuff. We also had an opportunity to get in some of the community requested features, such as going to the mirror in your apartment and being able to do some cosmetic updates, being able to get new apartments and customize them to some extent. A bunch of different little things like cleaning up the map, the user experience, getting rid of some of the pain points in general. Just to kind of smooth out the experience. The real flow was kind of bug fixing, or focus, I should say, bug fixing, smoothing out the experience, and getting the architecture in place for future updates.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And then, of course, sorry to interrupt, but of course, the actual sort of next gen kind of fidelity with the different visual modes and stuff like that. Beautiful, very dense Night City.
Mają gości od No Man's Sky'a, którzy pokazali, jak sobie radzić z sytuacją kryzysową. I odpierdzielają taki szajs.
Dude, now I just wanted to say I'm even more excited to replay the game myself once again.
No,
so
tak.
yeah, thank you for that. So we're talking about the present. So we have the Edgerunners update, which is freaking amazing. We saw the mashup trailer with similarities between
Nowa klasa,
the
tak?
anime as well as what we kind of see in Cyberpunk 2077. Now, what will we see with this update that connects Edgerunners to the world of 2077?
So yeah, really fun cooperation with the anime,
Fun,
as
fun.
you saw, just like
Fun,
straight
fun,
out of,
fun.
straight out of Night City world there in the game. You'll be able to get Martinez's jacket, where it takes place during the same kind of timeline.
Zaraz
We
się
don't
rozkręci.
cross paths, but we do have a quest that kind of seeds in some of the stuff and some of the Easter eggs from the anime. You'll be able to get a weapon inspired by the anime as well, which is fun. So a number of different kind of Easter eggs. that kind of tie
Słuchaj,
into
zaraz
that.
powie o nowej klasie.
What about things that are not connected to the anime? Because I know there's a couple really cool things that you wanted to highlight for this update also.
Yeah. Wardrobe. That's the big one, right?
Nice.
AKA transmog, AKA being able to completely customize and tailor your outfits as you want to roleplay. Slot by slot to kind of override the visuals of what you currently have equipped. We have that. We also updated the Ripper docs that you can go to them and do some resculpting of your face, resculpting of your body. We added new options in entirely for all this stuff, as well as some of the cosmetics and hair and stuff like that you can still do at your mirror. You can also do that at the Ripper dock as well. There's a bunch of things.
Za najlepsze zostawili na
I'd
koniec,
say
spokojnie.
We're releasing those patch notes. Check out the patch notes. Xbox Series S new mode as requested by the community. And of course, Road Trace. It's the first of our sort of in-game arcade cabinets that you can actually play in the game. And you're playing
Nie
as
wierzę.
that
Moment,
mythical
zaraz
beast from a
będzie.
faraway land.
Ale spokojnie, żartowaliśmy. Nowa klasa. Jedną nową misję nawet, tak?
But a fish. This is what the IP gods had told me.
Yes, true. And Nibbles the cat in photo mode.
Yes, Nibbles the cat in photo mode in various different positions and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So you can customize.
Yeah.
So post your pictures.
Yeah, perfect. Moving on now, more into the future. What can we expect in terms of upcoming updates for Cyberpunk 2077? Any teases for us? What's in the future?
Sure, yeah. So
MMO trip.
1.6 is the last major update for the old gen consoles. Going forward, remember I was talking about we're kind of overhauling some systems and laying the groundwork for future stuff. Hugely requested feature from the community is coming up, and that is a complete overhaul to the cop system as well as vehicle-to-vehicle combat. It gives you a whole new feel and dimension and immersion to the city and enjoying Night City. Really excited about it. Watch out for Max Tack. There's only so much I'm allowed to say right now because it's a future update. But we're doing a bunch of stuff in future updates. New kind of gameplay loop for Melee, a bunch of new actions in the perk tree, more cyberware feeling cyberware, a lot of fun things that the team really kind of wants to get out there to the community and working hard on.
All right, you said that this is the last major update for older gen consoles. Can we expect any smaller updates and tweaks in between?
Definitely, there's going to be some smaller updates, primarily focused on the tech support to keep it all
Tak,
running smooth.
nie miałem oczekiwań.
But yes, all new future features and content on the current gen consoles as well as PC.
Okay, I will not let you off the hook without telling me more.
We're not done? There's something
Wow.
else?
To jest wszystko, co mogą zrobić moderzy. To nic, co wykracza poza ten ich moc.
Everybody's dying to know, and I also want to know. So yeah, spill the beans.
All right. So,
To jest to.
we're really excited. We're having a lot of fun with it. It's a new kind of style of a plot we're having fun with. New cast of characters, expanding on a district in Night City.
To jest
where
dodatek, który
primarily
wyjdzie
takes
niedługo.
place. We're having, you know what? Better than me saying, let's show a short teaser clip so you
There's
can see
actually a
some of it.
teaser. You
Yes.
brought something.
To jest ten
Yes,
przyszły dodatek.
So a short teaser to get kind of a vibe and a feel and a little bit of what's to come. Check it out.
All right, let's watch it. Thank you for the interview, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's roll it.
Repeat after me. I, V, do solemnly swear
I, V, do solemnly swear
that I shall faithfully serve the new United States of America
that I shall faithfully serve the new United States of America.
on behalf of all Americans. I thank you for your service.
You know, taking that oath. Bad idea.
Brzmi jak coś, co by Kojima zrobił. Dajcie 2025, po co się ograniczać?
Hey everyone, Johnny Silverhand is
Biedny.
coming back. And so am I.
Biedny.
Get ready for Phantom Liberty, the upcoming expansion for Cyberpunk 2077.
Biedny.
It's awesome to be back playing the role of Johnny, and I hope you're excited to see him rocking out once more in the dark future. Keep an eye out for more info, and I'll see you again in Night City.
You heard it here first. Phantom Liberty is the name, and Keanu's in the game. That's all I have for you today, but that's not the end. Redstream is about to start soon with even more info on today's game update. See you next time, and enjoy.
Chyba już wszystko, nie? W sensie serial zrobili, dodatek wypuszczą o 2023 i będą mogli zapomnieć. Mi się wydaje, że czekają też może, żeby im Sweeney zrobił, żeby można było w projekcie do Unreal'a 5 wgrać... O Jezu, nie! Przepraszam, Jezu, skasuję to od razu, żeby nie wystraszyć. Że można było po prostu wczytać Cyberpunka, dać eksport tu i tam debug i wypuścić jako grę na Unreal'u 5. Pewnie na to czekają, wtedy wyjdzie jako edycja poprawiona. Zetnijmy tutaj. Może masakra.